Hello everyone, Jacques here with another shave video. Before we get into the gear, I want to thank those who've been following this channel, subscribing, liking, commenting and supporting the channel. It's much appreciated. It is 2023, so it's a new year, new things, new planning. So in this video we are going to talk about shave planning and how to improve your shaves. So if you're one of those guys that are not consistently getting good shaves, stick around, maybe you learn something. If you do get shaves, stick around, I think you might learn something as well. Alum is a very good antiperspirant. I use that. That's why I put it on my body while it's still wet, and I'll use this on my face a bit later. The gear, no surprises here. Another Master Soap Creations soap. Very subtle vanilla sweetish scent. This has got a yellow tint to it. It's a very firm soap and a very good one. We're going to use that. The razor I'm going to be using is one you don't think you've seen on this channel before. This is a Bengall made by Chadman, the Chadmans. And while I lather, we're going to talk about this razor in a bit more detail. It's a 6/8 round point, hollow ground, made in Sheffield. Fantastic razor. And this one was in a bad shape. You won't think so looking at it now. It looks brand spanking new. But with some restoration, this came out nice. Skincare is being provided by AS Laser in South Africa with the CRT range from Avroslane. The skin moisturizer and the eye gel, that's what we're going to use. Brush is my house brush. This is a 24mm bore in Ashwood. This brush has done more than 700 shaves, and we're going to use that today. The camera still is. Okay. And then when we're going to shave, we are going to talk about how to improve your shave. So the razor, Chadmans, they were farmers in Sheffield in the mid-1600s, and by the end of the 1600s they started getting involved in cutlery. And so there were 2 sons, 3 sons, they were all in the cutler business after that. And in 1749, I think, they registered the brand Bengall, which was specific to the Chadmans, and it also included razors. So they've been around for a very long time. They ceased operation in 1965, so they've been going from pretty much the late 1600s until 1665. So a very good spell, great innings, and they produced fantastic products. That razor is one. This specific one is from around 1920. As I said, it's a 6/8 razor. I think we've got enough soap loaded here. It's a 6/8 razor with a round point, carbon steel, made in Sheffield. Many razor companies have copied this shape. It's a very classic and a traditional razor shape. And if this shape looks a lot like a Ralph Elst and some of the other razors out there, no surprise. Straight edge, slight smile, very classy design. This was finished on a black Arkansas, so we'll see how that goes. And I think let's start talking about important stuff, shave planning. So beyond just selecting a razor blade and soap, you guys do any other planning? And this is more specific to those of you that's been struggling, not consistently getting good results. So you plan beyond that. Have you learned from your previous shave? Have you got the same routine that hasn't evolved? There are many folk that's been doing this for a long time. They've got very set routines and it works well. Dave, the home barber's one, Leon, long old trucker's one, Darishan, Toots from old school shaving, another one. They've all got their unique styles and way of shaving, and that is trial and error over time, developing a routine that works. So that's what we're going to cover today. Before we cover those things, I've broken wet shaving into 3 disciplines or pillars, which is important to understand. The one, skincare and skin health, understanding your health and how it impacts your shave. I'll put up a video here. I've done a talk around that if you want some insight into that. A good video to watch. The second one is a skills thing, and that is manipulating a razor, and making lather, technique things. So quality lather, hydrated lather, it's going to make a big difference. Being able to confidently use your razor in different directions and styles without being stressed is going to help you unlock difficult areas a whole lot easier. And the other one is edge quality. I'm not a DE shaver or expert, but for me a razor is a thing that holds the blade. If that blade is not great, I don't care what razor you're going to have, it's not going to be good. So, having said that, if your skin is struggling or it's not 100%, do you know when that occurs? Or are you blaming your shave gear? If you know it's your skin, do you adjust your shave and your routine to accommodate that? Do you use a shallow blade angle and a light blade pressure? Have you done beard mapping? So quickly on beard mapping, as an example, pretty much straight down, this grows sideways, this comes down sideways, flows in like that, straight down, and the neck is a mess. But do you know how your beard grows? Have you got a pattern to follow that? So as an example, the side of my beard grows this way, so I'm doing a with the grain pass. Does that make sense? Here the hairs are coming straight down. So if I come straight down, that's with a grain. If I come like this, that's across the grain. Understanding beard growth and direction makes a massive difference in how efficient you can set up your shave. And you're only going to arrive at these answers or conclusions if you experiment and do it yourself. So, like in life, where one achieves to become a better version of yourself, physically, mentally, and spiritually, and intellectually, you also want to evolve your shaves. Until you've arrived at a place where this is how you want to do it. Me, I haven't got a set way of shaving. I try and show as many possible options for you guys. I mentioned some gentlemen that's got very well set routines. And if somebody mimics that, you'll quickly say, yeah, that's the way Leon shaves, or that's the way Jared shaves, or that's the way Dave shaves. And we tend to copy other styles. And it's not something we do deliberately. If you see something, you tend to repeat it. You know, that thing about monkey sees, monkey does. So fiddle with your routine. Especially if you're not getting the results. So shave angles, light blade pressure. Are you maximizing your soap? Are you really making a very hydrated lather? More importantly, do you use that soap later on for skin nourishment? Do you fiddle around with skin stretching, making it less pronounced, more pronounced? Do you stick with one setup until you get a good result? On beard map, as an example, if I go against the grain like this area of my chin, it can feel tuggy. If I just change this direction by 5 degrees or less, it just mows through those hairs. I don't need to use any pressure. And I get it BBA smooth on one pass. You only know these things if you start experimenting and trying it yourself. And that is going outside of your comfort zone, and that comes to razor control. So that was the second pillar. So understanding your skin health and being capable of looking after it and adjusting your shaves according to its state. The second one is razor control and lather control, the technical things. Can you manipulate them to extract the best possible result? For your shave, instead of saying, I'm going full sparse. So have you unlocked your tools instead of jumping to the next thing or trying the next thing to improve where you're at? Or you're making the same mistakes over and over? We'll get into a couple more topics. Let me just finish up on this pass. So shaving is a process of reducing beard. That's why we're doing multiple passes. Don't try and get a BBS shave off your first pass. You're just going to hurt your skin. So here we go, first pass. Great first pass so far to get 2023 going. We talked about different angles and pressures. We talked about sticking with one gear setup until you've found better results with that. Do you know what your weaknesses are? And do you actively have got a plan in place to improve your weaknesses? Maybe it's your lather, maybe it's your razor control, maybe not understanding your skin, using too many products. Has your lather improved? These are all the things I typically ask people when they say they struggling to get consistent results. Can't remember if I mentioned it right at the beginning. I hate ads. So you will see that my content has got no ads. I have removed monetization from my channel so that you guys can enjoy the content. So in that regard, I really appreciate this continued support of this channel. Thank you very much. So my intent with this channel is to continue growing it without doing any reviews. Keep it the educational video channel. I will mention things which I find useful. As an example, the soaps. If you enjoy tallow-based soaps with great performance at a very good price, Master Soap Creations is a fantastic product. Also the skincare products I use. From Average Lane is available through the in-house salon. I don't do direct sales, but if you guys are interested, let me know. I've got fantastic products, pretty much spanning everything for males and females. The Bengall, I love the vintage Sheffields. It's very good steel, fine grain. very good tempers on the steel. Capable of producing really keen and smooth edges with the right tools. Right, so edge quality is the third pillar. And the edge smoothness for me is the most important aspect. Sharp can be harsh if not controlled and done properly. DE blades gets all kinds of coatings to try and help smooth out the edges. And why for me there's nothing that even comes close to a properly done straight razor edge on great quality steel. Okay, so that was a 2-part shave. It's a fantastic shave. I'm not gonna bother doing anything more. I just wanna get some fresh water. I talked about soap quality, nourishment, hydration, all these kind of things. Do you use it? Here I'm using the last of the soap at the brush. Clean my skin. I'm making sure I'm getting the most out of the soap. It's loaded with all kinds of oils, nourishment and nutrition. So I let that soak on sit on my face, absorb in, let the skin calm down. Gives me opportunity to clean my gear. First the brush. As I say, this fellow has got well over 700 shaves on it. I've stopped counting. It's most likely more to, I don't know, 800. Doesn't matter. My logo, of which I'm very proud of this brand, bore brush 24mm. The razor is still got some soap on and some water. This is a tool. I get them wet everywhere. I make sure I get rid of all the water, but I also properly dry the razors. I have shown in some of my videos here while I'm busy, after just drying, I also make use of a hair dryer, make sure it's dry everywhere, and then leave it open while I clean up in the bathroom. And then when I'm done, I do a stropping and a microfiber cloth clean on the razor to ensure the edge is clean. The biggest maintenance thing I see is edges. Some folk believe of not stropping razors, they need to rest, so they clean them, but you never get everything off the edge cleanly. You leave it, it oxidates, and that rust just takes some damage over time. So I'll use a hair dryer. I'm not going to show it now. I want to get into my post shave. Then I'll go and strop the razor, and when I'm done on a dry microfiber cloth, I also clean off the edge, all of the fingerprints, make sure everything's dry, and then I clean and put the razor away for the next shave. Skincare. You'll see the soap nicely moisturized my skin. I can now also just quickly do a scan here to feel for any hairs I might have missed. And then go and clean them up. Yes, one or two, but I'm not really going to bother with it. So, happy with that. So what I'll use now is using cold water to remove this from my skin. Cold water also just helps your skin to relax. It's gone through trauma with the blade running over it. So you want to just calm that down. And then what I do is on a wet face, use alum. Same one I used for antiperspirant. It's great for the skin, antibacterial. So if you struggle with bumps, this is a very good alternative. You guys. I just dry mine immediately before I put it away. I don't use alcohol. I used to. From time to time I will use it. But alcohol is not great for your skin, so this is a great alternative. Alum tends to dry out my skin over time, by the way. My Japanese shave mug, it's got hot water in the side. Yeah. And you put your brush in here, and then it keeps your brush and your lather nice and warm. And I had this upside down the other day. Here we go. Vintage Japanese shave scuttle. Gift from a loyal supporter. Thank you very much. So the alum, I just leave on for a couple of seconds and then I just give it a quick rinse. Not a heavy rinse, just to get most of it off. That's what's absorbed into the skin is absorbed, and I'm happy with that. I've had a question around this. This is Lancaster Works wool towel with the House of Mammoth D-ring on and logo. It detaches like this so you can wash it and just clip it back on. Highly absorbent, extremely soft, and you just tap it down and your face is dry. Really like this. Also a wonderful gift from a supporter. The soap, once again, excellent tallow based. Great value for money. You'll fundamentally see it's one of the only soap I really essentially use for straight razor shaves. Post shave, we're not done. So first of all is provided by AS Laser. Thank you very much. Skincare. So I use this pretty much in the entire shaving area, and a little bit of residue that's left I just put on the rest of my face, and then we gently massage this in while admiring the fantastic work. There's nothing more than rewarding than giving yourself good quality grooming treatment at home. Don't need to go away. Makes you feel good, makes you positive, To tackle the rest of the stuff, this is the eye gel. We'll have a look at that now. I am turning 51 in a couple of days, so the Mrs. products really does help. So for those of you that want to give the skin the best you can at an affordable price, here's the eye gel, average lane, the CRT range. They've also got cleansers. I got this, I don't use it, I'll give it to my little, to my daughter. The reason for that is when you shave you exfoliate, and when you use the brush you also exfoliate. On the next video I'll maybe include it. When I'm in the shower I use a good quality soap and I wash and exfoliate my entire face, everything. So I don't need the exfoliating cream. In any case, I appreciate your support. It's a bit of a longer video, but I hope there's some value you guys found in it, and we'll see you on the next shave. Thank you.